U.S. automakers released their February sales figures today. Analysts will be watching for spillover effects from both Toyota's recalls and bad weather in the Northeast. Joining us now with more is John Giamalvo, industry analyst at Edmunds.com. Who's going to do the best, do you think?
It looks clearly that Hyundai is the biggest winner here when sales come out. They've really, I mean, they started from, this is a growing company, and now this was an opportunity for them to garner some market share, and they clearly have. We see on the site that they're up about 33% in purchase intent on Edmunds, and it's going to show on the auto sales for sure.
Some cars drive by you don't even know are Hyundais.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Which ones are selling?
Well, they're selling across the board, the Hyundai models. They are
the SUVs and the small sport.
Exactly, and they just came out with their new Tucson.
Kia's included?
Kia is included also. They're up. We see them right next to Ford and Nissan as far as the increase also. And these actually be very interesting to see when the exact numbers come out, because we're seeing that there's a chance they actually might surpass Chrysler into the number 6 slot in U.S. sales.
So who's doing better, Ford or GM? Are they both doing better?
They're both doing a little bit better, but Ford clearly has a better footing.
Really? Is the Taurus out?
The Taurus is out.
Yeah, and what else is hot?
The Fusion continues to be one of their hotter models, and the Ford with the EcoBoost engine is there's a little bit of a supply issue, but Ford clearly has been in real good shape.
12.25, and GM demise was greatly exaggerated. You saw Barron's, I guess.
I didn't actually see the Barron's report.
The cover piece had what was that, a LaCrosse, I think, that was on the cover. But they've got had the Camaro in there. They've got some other models. I guess one of the worries is they could actually be at a point where they run out of inventory.
Well, like any good company, joining the recall parade today. Someone I know tweeted see, the problem with that company is it lacks originality.
Yeah, exactly. But the steering affecting under, what would it be better? Under 10 to 15 miles an hour, or you don't lose the steering except over 80?
Exactly. Yeah, right.
Right?
Only if it's under 15.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but
they did join, and Toyota, of course, just added to their mini-series by adding another recall. Well, actually not a recall. They're calling it a maintenance issue that they have with the leaky oil hose that they need to be replaced, so they're going to tell people to just start bringing those cars in.
All right.
How would you structure incentives to maximize whatever goodwill consumers are going to give back to Toyota?
Well, right now they're coming out with a 0% financing, and they're also coming out with a kind of a maintenance program for 2 years. So they're going head on it. They're also going to be cash incentives of up to $3,000 on vehicles also. So they're going very, very strong to get their customers back and try to reestablish some of that goodwill that they've had, and clearly has been damaged. We're seeing purchase intent. Still, they've come back to levels that they had in the past, but still down about 10% across the board.
I guess we shouldn't leave out Chrysler. The Jeep's still a great name, great brand, right?
Yeah, Chrysler announced recently that they're going to kind of ramp up a lot of these redesigns, and they need to. I mean, Toyota, we're forecasting the numbers that are going to come out is going to still be down about 10%, but we're seeing Chrysler down around 20%. So they're really still digging deep.
Tell me, can we multiply this month by 12 to get a run rate for the year? What's the run rate for the year going to be?
This month, I don't think is really fair to kind of look at the SARs at the run rate. Yeah, you're going to look at it show about 10.6 million for the year, but I'd say the true number is probably more in the area of about 11.5 million, because between the snow, some of the, as we just discussed, some of the supply demands not being able to supply the vehicles, and and the Toyota thing is pretty much probably pent back some of that demand just to wait and see what happens.
And the 5-year average from here on, could it be 12, 13 million? Well, there's an upgrade cycle that's been delayed now.
Yeah, I was at NADA down in Orlando recently, and they seem to indicate that that's where they expect.
So we're ready. We're leveraged. We've got some of some of the labor costs under control coming out of bankruptcy. This could be a good 5 years for these.
We certainly hope so, and it also looks like what we're seeing. We saw a couple of announcements that look like the auto finance credit is actually going to start to loosen up a little bit too. So it can work out that way.
Very good, John. Thank you.